Created in 1999, Downtown is yet another one of those shows that people feel didn't get a fair shake, only lasting one season. Its Halloween episode was the final episode, meaning it's the 13th episode. Basically, all you need to know for the purposes of, enjoying this, is that it's a ensemble cast of teenagers, 20-somethings, and Goat from Megas XLR, which is a nice way of saying that Chris Pryansky made both, and he put Goat in both as well, with the characters all occupying the same place of very, very late 90s New York. The story starts on the 28th of October, where we find the show's 20-year-old nerd character Alex in a cemetery. He's there to take pictures for a local goth girl he's interested in, Serena, for her blog. Because this was the late 90s and OnlyFans didn't exist yet, you see.
Could you move your leg a little to the left?
How about this? Should I arch my back more?
No. That's great.
Afterwards, Serena and Alex get to talking. You see, in an earlier episode, Alex ran into Serena during an insomnia episode where he looked super different. And since that point, she'd been under the impression that he only wears his dorky work clothes for work. With Alex having to come clean, that this is just how he dresses. So, obviously, this Halloween episode starts with a discussion on clothing. Specifically, that because Serena dresses goth, people make a lot of preconceptions about what she's interested in.
Like I must worship Satan or something. Or they're like, hey baby, suck my blood.
Huh, that phrasing sounds awfully familiar.
Hey baby, suck my blood. Suck it, suck it.
Yeah, that's the local smoothest sandpaper ladies' man Fruity, alright. In the process, Alex actually manages to invite Serena to attend the Greenwich Village Halloween Parade, a real New York event that's currently celebrating its 49th year. Pretty big step up from their first conversation.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, Alex's little sister Chaka, her friend Mecca, Fruity and his friend Matt are having burritos. Fruity's pretty amped up about Halloween, mostly the part where he gets a treat if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I believe I know what you are saying.
Chaka, in contrast, isn't. Basically, she had a bad experience as a child where she got her candy stolen and got eggs thrown at her. But under the same principles of why Marty McFly hates being called chicken,
Chaka's afraid to trick or treat.
Screw you, I am not!
she agrees to go out for Halloween to shut Fruity up. The next day, during Alex's yippee I got a date with a goth girl bragging to her, he pops into the second-hand store where his friend Jen works, who, due to the nature of her job, is currently beset by her worst enemy. Other people.
What's going on?
Sir, you have to try that on with underwear. Read the sign.
Afterwards, Alex goes back to his apartment, later having to deal with Chaka barging into his apartment to get old clothes so he can make an old-school Madonna costume.
Kind of that ratty look before she got all Hindi.
You have clothes?
Yeah, but mine are nice.
Things don't go bug wild until the next day on the 30th. Serena comes into the coffee shop Alex works at completely ungothed. Apparently during their little talk, Alex has accidentally convinced Serena to change her style. And Alex doesn't exactly react to it in a positive manner. He doesn't insult her, but his unenthusiastic behavior about still going to the parade speaks volumes. A day later, on the 31st, Alex is sincerely trying to figure out if the only reason he was interested in was that she was goth. I mean, yeah, probably. The most concrete advice on what to do comes from Goat of all people.
What's it matter how she dresses? Alex, if you're lucky enough to meet someone and feel a connection, you can't let your ambivalence get in the way of potential bliss. Plus, it's all coming off anyway, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right, this version is allowed to say naughty things because it's MTV, not the Cartoon Network. Meanwhile, Chaka and the rest of the teenager quartet are costumed up, ready to hit the town. Chaka is, of course, Madonna. Mecha appears to be some kind of an anime. Matt isn't wearing anything due to him being too cool for school. And Fruit is going as Blackula.
Oh, because I'm black and I'm Dracula, that makes me Blackula?
Send him the standard racist remark apology.
Unfortunately, Chaka becomes yet another statistic in the sick cycle of kids getting their candy stolen by teenagers, who themselves got candy jack when they were young. Have you ever heard of that stupid myth about people putting crap like razors and drugs in candy? Well, unfortunately, Chaka just ate a piece of candy tainted with what I'm assuming is acid. So instead of trying to find Serena and apologize for being a half-wit dressed as the Invisible Man, Alex has to prevent a drugged-out Chaka from dying after climbing up a parade float being used by some local drag queens. And they don't deserve that kind of blood on their hands. Oh, and if you're wondering why Goat's dressed like Jen right now, they swapped clothes for Halloween costumes.
Hey, baby, if you and I were squirrels, would you let me bust a nut in your hole?
Apparently his original costume involving blue AstroTurf, 2 pounds of glitter, X-ray specs, metal tubing, and a dildo caught fire. Obviously, like a prayer, Alex prevents his little sister from dying so she can continue to live her American life, and they check her into a hospital. Hopefully she won't need, a surgeon? Afterwards, Alex finds a now back to being goth Serena. What can she say? She missed the color black. And for rather self-explanatory reasons, Alex tries to apologize for being such a weenie.
Serena, I think you're really great. Goth or no goth.
And you're amazing.
The good news is she doesn't hate him, but they're ending the series as just friends. The episode closes on Chaka in the hospital and the girl she stole, I guess, taunting her with candy. But technically it was from her, so Chaka prevented her from ingesting acid? Look, she stole candy and Karma smacked her upside the head. That's the lesson.
Good night!